So this is another really easy and simple soda bread recipe which I'm going to show you how to do. So to start off with, I've got 450 grams of plain flour, and to this you simply add 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 level teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda or bread soda, and then I use Maldon sea salt, so I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoons of Maldon sea salt. And that's your mixture ready. That's literally all it takes for the base of this bread. And you can just see it all in there. And before you add any liquid to this, just give it a really nice stir, okay? And next, this is what's going to make this bread really special. We've got 25 grams of poppy seeds, 25 grams of sesame seeds, and 25 grams of pumpkin seeds. And again, before adding any of the liquid, we're just going to mix all of that through so it's spread out really evenly throughout the bread. Okay? And there you will see all the little speckles all throughout. And in Ireland we make this bread with buttermilk, but I've noticed that in the UK it's quite difficult to get buttermilk in anything smaller or bigger than little 25 milliliter kind of tubs. So what you can do instead is sour up some milk. So 2 tablespoons of lemon juice into 425 milliliters of milk, and that will sour the milk for you, which will work equally as well. And just add in 3/4 of this liquid to begin with. Some flours vary. Some flours absorb more liquid than others, depending on the flours that you're working with. So instead of putting it all in all at once and having a mixture that's a little bit too sticky, best to do it bit by bit. So you'll see this starting to come together like that, okay? And it's a little bit dry, so we're going to add another 2 tablespoons. I'm going to give it another mix. Okay? And that's how simple and easy this bread is to make. You'll hear it kind of getting a bit sticky, which is exactly what you want, okay? And that's the kind of texture that you're looking for, that sticky, doughy texture. And don't worry too much if you add too much milk or buttermilk. It's just as easy to kind of put a little bit of flour back in there, just a little bit, to make it the right consistency. Okay, next I'm going to do this on this board so that you can see it. Put that out onto a board that's really well floured, and then flour your hands, flour the bread, and just bring this bread together by kneading it very, very, very gently. And your hands will get quite sticky. Don't worry if you have to use a bit of flour. Okay? And you'll see the bread dough will become smooth very, very quickly. Okay? And what you're doing is just bringing it all together so that it's a nice, smooth, textured dough. Okay? So what you end up with, pat off all your flour, is a really, really lovely round loaf of soda bread dough. So some of this flour I can discard. Keep some of it on your baking tray so that your bread doesn't stick. Pop your little round loaf onto that, and then with a knife you simply cut a nice deep slit across the middle and then across the middle again, so you have a cross shape like that. And then my final touch is a sprinkle of sea salt, and that's it, ready to go. That goes into the oven for about an hour. 10 minutes before you finish cooking it, flip it over on the other side so that you get a really nice crust all around the outside, and that is your mixed seed soda bread.